Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. It's July 7, 2024 on Sunday. I hope everybody's doing well. The weather's kind of nice outside today. It's sunny. They did spray the skies, of course, but I wanted to bring to your attention another Q&A. I just stumbled across it. Thought it was interesting. So welcome newcomers and welcome to those back to my channel. A lot of people have contacted me that they knew that something bizarre was happening to them, but until they came to my channel and saw some of the evidence I've provided, they weren't sure if it had been happening to others or was just a bizarre occurrence. Well, there are just so many bizarre occurrences that happen in any individual's life on a regular basis. Maybe a couple of times a year, but not every day, certainly not several times a day, and not so bizarre that you can't even talk about it to anybody, right? Like all the X's I find all around my property from the Satanist Freemason witches and all the Eastern Star. What rhymes with witches? Ha ha ha. Yeah, you know what rhymes with witches? With starts with a B. I don't know. Teenagers, my daughter would call them biatches, like back in school, instead of using the real word, they'd call them biatches. Well, that's what they are. They're disgusting creatures because they prey on innocent people. They're sadistic. So anyway, this is the question, and this is on Quora. What is the point of gang stalking someone if they don't even know why they're being gang stalked? Why waste their time? Okay. So now, this actually was a response from 2 years ago, but because somebody responded to it recently, it popped up in my feed. The goal is to cause suffering, to destroy the target covertly, not to communicate or negotiate with the victim. In fact, the more they directly explain, the less effective the gang stalking will be. Suicide of the target is the goal. Insanity of the target is the goal. Total acquiescence without conditions of the target to an anonymous force is a goal. Destruction of the target's nervous system via electromagnetic weapons is a goal. It's all the same thing, really. It's control and or destroy, or both, I'm going to add. They're not after you for tax evasion, and ultimately it doesn't really matter why they are or were initially after the target to begin with. In the end, the process of gang stalking becomes narcotic. Narcotic, just for those who are not aware, is an addiction. Okay? They are addicted to it. Okay? It's a loophole in our modern civilization, and like all loopholes, it is abused, literally. So now there are obviously some responses. This one was from 2 years ago, the one that I just read. Now this person a year ago says, I was put through the program a la Revenge for Hire. It was a love game lost. But they tortured the target with gang stalking, all the energy weapons and computer hacking. They told me it was evil. They told me what was happening throughout the program. They told me to document it and what my rights are. This is a game. They're having fun. It's entertainment for them. It's a joke. Even the schizophrenia delusions, mental illness label associated with gang stalking is part of the joke. Years from now, it will just be like MK Ultra, validated as something that just happened in the past. Well, they come with some version 3.0 and different technology. Right now, it's microwave weapons, telepathy, remote neural monitoring, electronic harassment, privacy invasion, and psychological operations to confuse you. They told me it's order out of chaos, quote unquote. They create the chaos. Citizens are expected to fight it and create order. Oh, isn't that interesting? Notice how the terrorists just suddenly disappeared? Domestic terrorism. Domestic is the game now. So somebody responds 8 months ago, insane. how if you initiate these programs, like the one we're in, V2.0, to derive sadistic pleasure and a perverted sense of entitlement from it, the vast majority gets played or is just apathetic. And these jugheads have a free day drawing more innocent TIs into their torture. And rightly said, it's just going to be something that had happened like MK Ultra 1.0. And yeah, they will be extremely sorry for it. So much so that they will OFC initiate 3.0 or whatever new toys they conjure up at that time. And then the whole chase will begin afresh. As Dr. Robert Duncan puts it in his Matrix Deciphered book, it's a death lottery, and one way or another, every TI has had his or her lot pulled out. The only thing to do is to stay strong and increase the noise to single ratio. In each of their childhood bullying acts, to gather small wins with a resolute aim of the ultimate victory, freedom from this torture while our time still lasts. Peace, and stay strong and stay safe. So March of this year, somebody responds, the telepathy comes from Jinn, Jinn, human, hybrid race. Meg Foster, Katy Perry, my social worker, some of my old friends belong to a different race, quote unquote. They see themselves as superior. I don't think they want to unalive you. They could already. I mean, it costs $20,000 to unalive somebody. They're playing with you. Maybe they love you or something. I know, guys. What are your thoughts on the love? Do you think that they love you so much that they want to play with you? They love you? Okay, yeah, okay. Now, in February of this year, Carol Ann writes, the goal is to ruin your reputation so that you cannot be a leader. Targets are selected because they are good and cannot be controlled by the system. The system is working for corrupted interests that want the population controlled and dumbed down. Targets are too kind, and they're more intelligent than the masses, so the corrupted state wants them handled so they no longer have any influence in society. Even some influence is too much, though, so the program becomes more and more malicious. If the target keeps speaking out, you have too much moral power, and the special interests want it stopped completely. Now, somebody responds, February, this I could not have said better myself. They're far too corrupt. They're far too corrupt to allow what should naturally come to course to occur. So they must destroy, right? They want to destroy the manifested future of ordinary people's lives. And you know what? They have your birth chart, folks. They know what you came into this life to do. They know what your visions are. They know what God wanted you to do in this lifetime. They know what your gifts are. They know your weaknesses. And it says they can allow no one to shine freely, or it will destroy those ghouls. Oh yeah, sort of like the feral cat cartel stole my ideas. They literally stole my ideas and placed my ideas in one of their mass mailings. That's right. That's exactly what they did. You know, the large feral cat cartel. You know, the big one that brings in millions of dollars, whose CFO's name is not on their website, but she worked at that kill shelter in New York City. That one. They stole my ideas and put it in their mass mailing. Yes, they did. They also distributed in one of their mass mailings photos of my cats that they never gave me credit for. My cats. And then when I posted it on my Facebook page, they scolded me and said, I can't do that. I can't tell anybody those are my cats. No. It's all the same thing, really. Control and or destroy. They're not after you for tax evasion. Oh, wait a minute. This just rolled back up again. Wait, what? Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, no, somebody responds. It's MK Ultra Tech, invasion, and mind control. And honestly, it probably should never get this bad. That such a dragnet atrocity is even possible, right? So somebody says that my comment on top may help you if you're targeted. And that was the one that I read to you first. So I look forward to your questions and comments on this topic. The question was, what is the point of gang stalking someone if they don't even know why they're being gang stalked? Why waste their time? And the goal is to cause suffering. It's a revenge for hire program. It's a covert, secret revenge program for the deletes, the people who have connections. Connections where? Law enforcement, the sheriff's department, EMS, corporate interests, right? Universities, you can't leave out those professors and scientists. And what about your narcissist ex-boyfriends that may have a cop in the family? Or what about the lawyer that never divorces you? I mean, how long does it take for a regular person to get divorced? It doesn't take 4 years to get a divorce. Yeah. So, you know, these are the people that are involved. And here, right here in rural Kentucky, we've got a county lawyer that thinks he's above the sheriff's department. Are you kidding me? You low under the sheriff. The sheriff is the law of the land. Just remember your place. You're just an attorney. You're just a lawyer low under the sheriff. The sheriff does not report to you. You are under the sheriff. That's right. Just remember that the sheriff is the law of the land, not the other way around. Just remember that you're just a lawyer. And there are hundreds of thousands of them across the country. They're not hundreds of thousands of sheriffs. Okay? So the point of gang stalking someone is they don't want you to be a leader. They don't want your voice to be heard. You're good. They want to destroy your goodness because they're narcissists, right? They're narcissists. And because you're good and because you're a leader and because you're profitable and because people liked you, you might have pissed off the wrong person in a position of authority that wants what you have, but they don't want to work for it. They want to steal it from you. They want to set you up. So anyway, I'm going to go into that psychiatric BS. How EMS workers, 20-something-year-old EMS workers, could falsely label a 69-year-old woman as having a delusion while she's under some of the strongest pain medication on the planet because her sternum was crushed in an all-out collision car accident that totaled her vehicle. So because of a couple of words of some loser EMS worker labeling her as being delusional because she said a couple of things while under the influence of morphine, right? They make a recommendation for a 3-day psych hold. This has to stop. And these people need to be educated. 20 and 30-year-olds should not be diagnosing 69-year-old women. They have no concept of what it's like to be 40, 50, 60 years old and the way that person thinks or operates in this world. Especially someone like Karen, who effectively performed her nursing career for all of these decades. Even as a targeted person, she was able to keep and maintain her anonymity as a registered nurse and even wrote the preparedness manual for the entire hospital. And then some loser little EMS worker that picks her up after she falls in her house says, oh, well, she was saying some weird stuff like people were following her. No, she never said that. You made that up. And I hope Karen gets a really good lawyer and sues all your asses. Just saying. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. And yeah, I do have a voice and I'm going to speak out. And I will say that this is week number 5, the end of week number 5, that they have been targeting my eyes and eyelids. And I have, through my own research, realized what it is. At first, they wanted me to believe that maybe the eye doctor I went to just before this happened was did something to me. That's not true. There's nothing happened at the eye doctor appointment. Then they wanted me to believe that it might have been poison ivy, you know, because I burned stuff in the burn pit. But that's not true either, because I know how to treat that. It would go away. What I have on my eyelids are radiation burns. They're radiation burns, which is why castor oil doesn't work on a radiation burn. Go look up the information about radiation burns. What happens with radiation burns is they will crust over time and then heal themselves naturally. But what happens if you're receiving the radiation burns on top of that every night? Every night they don't let up. They don't allow it to heal. That's what's happening with my eyes. I have radiation burns on my eyelids, in the corners, both sides, under my eyes, and going up the bridge of my nose and to my eyebrows. And yes, I did buy that wonderful eye mask that somebody recommended me. I don't know, I think it was $40. I did buy it, and I've been using it. It's not making a difference. I still woke up with my eyelids glued shut this morning. So I just want to give you that information. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please remember to hit the thumbs up, like, comment, and share. And please listen to the end, because that's like the new YouTube algorithm is listening to a video to the end. Signing off for now.